Hey Stamping friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon and it's Fun Fold Friday. I have a really fun card using some soon to be retiring stamp set. Gonna hold while I flip and I'll show you all about it. Alright, let me just make sure that looks a little bit better. There we go. Tilt it that way. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to say hello if you're here or comment. I love to see your comments. Even if I can't respond to them right away, I will make sure I say hi to you guys afterwards. But the one lucky person who does comment during today's live will get today's card that we make, which is always fun. Let me go ahead and show you this card that we're making today. It has this cute little front, and then we open it up once this way, and then we can flap it open that way. So it's tucked and it's a flap, and that's why we call it our tuck and flap fun fold. This set is really fun, and it's been in the catalog for 1 year, and I have just loved it. Let me show you a little bit more about it because it will be retiring May 3rd. Hey Phyllis, glad you're here. So I'm using the Beautiful World stamp set. I'm using this saying right here. There we go. Adventure awaits, which I think is a perfect college or like graduation, going to college, or anything after high school. Adventure awaits, which is coming right around the corner. I also, inside of mine, I use the congratulations on this new beginning. And I've used the dies for this one. I stored mine inside so you can kind of see them. I have our globes right here. And then also I use the cute little mini stand there for this one. I have to tell you, some awesome deals are going on right now, so I don't forget. So the stamp set is a regular price, but those dies you just saw are usually $31, are on sale right now for just $7.75. And it's all while supplies last. So those dies alone, let me show you again, are under $10 and are amazing. And honestly, could be used alone. The feather and that little pen holder would be the only thing that could be kind of more needs to stamp set. For the most part, these images are just awesome. And you can make so many great things. In fact, tomorrow I'm doing a Facebook Live for my team, and I'll show you those cards at the very end that I'll be teaching them. All right. Also part of this one, let me show you real quick. I've used the Old World Embossing Folder, Old World Paper 3D Embossing Folder, which is this really cool one right here to create the texture on the cinnamon cider square. And then I have literally run out of all of my paper that usually goes with this one. So I'm using what's called the Memories and More card pack. So it looks like this. There's 2 different sizes of it, and they have lots of different designs. See on the back of them, it's 4x6s, and they're meant for scrapbooking, but they honestly could be used for almost anything. And these ones are even on sale. So I like these ones because they have stickers too, so you can embellish with those. And oh, that one's a great one. It has those great pieces there. And then there's even these little smaller ones. So this is what I end up using for today's cards because, like I said, I ran out of that DSP. But these are also a great deal right now. Those are only $4.40 for 50 of these cards, and used to be $11. So be sure to check out my discontinued items on my website, or the last chance, I should say. Or to that point where at the last chance of all of our catalog items. Not all of them, but a good amount. All right, you guys ready to get started? I know you're super excited, huh? All right, first what let me do is show you how I start. I'm using the Misty Moonlight card base, and you can see this is a whole piece of paper right there. That's the 8.5 by 11, and I've scored it in half both ways. So that's our 4.25 right here, and that's our 5.5 right there. What you need to do next is grab your paper trimmer. So I'm going to grab mine in so you can see it, or you could use scissors as well, because we're going to cut along the score of one of these sections here. Let me grab this one, and we're just going to go, since I know this measurement is the 5.5, I'm going to measure up at 5.5. So it's right where I need it to be. And then I'm going to take my score, my blade, and I put it all the way down, so I don't need that one. And I'm going to take my cutting blade, and I'm going to start it in the middle where I need it. I'm just going to line it up right there and cut up. There's that one. Turn it and go to the 4 1/4. So we know where that one is. And again, I'm going to start it here at the bottom. Press down and remove. Once we get to that point, if I cut it well enough, it'll come right off. If not, you take your paper snips and do a little bit more, just to that score line. There we go. Save this because I use this one when I die cut the circle for the globe. So set that aside, and you would use that to die cut it. Now you're left with this. It kind of looks like, I don't know, it's 1/4 of the way missing. What we need to do next is measure on a 1/2 inch on this side and 1/2 inch on this side and remove those. So put it back in your paper trimmer. And again, I'm going to start at the bottom of the score line. I'm going to move it to the 1/2 mark here and line it up and put it right about there. And I'm using, there's little lines on here to kind of help me guide me. So I'm pressing it down at the right spot, just like that. And I could have gone a little bit further down. That's okay. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. 1/2. Go to where your score line is and cut up. There we go. That one looks better. Then you just go ahead and take your paper snips and cut on that score line right there. And we'll do the same thing for this side. And this one I need to finish through. But I got a pretty good cut in there, so I'm not too upset with myself. And cut on the score. There we go. Awesome. Let's grab our paper trimmer and remove it. We don't need it anymore in our camera view. And this is what we are left with. All right, so this is like a regular card base here, and that's the extra little tuck that we're going to have. Go ahead and grab your bone folder, and let's start getting these creases ready. So we know where our front is and what we need to put more things onto. We're going to go ahead and flip this, and I'll put this on this way. If you wanted this part to be on the other side, you would have just cut the opposite side off of our first piece of our card base instead. But I like it going to the right and the left, so you can hold it just like that. All right, let's embellish. So I've cut this down to, because I remember it's a 4x6. So the other side is that Memories and More. I've cut it to my 4 and my 5 1/4. And let's glue that on to our card front. And then I have 2 more pieces of the Memories and More, and we can pick which ones we want. So this one, I did not put anything on the inside. You could either stamp something, you could add another piece of DSP right there, whatever you want, or even you could put like another little message instead of it right there. This time I've switched up for the insides. I'm going to have one be this one and that one. So let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the compass right here. Let's glue that one on. Just like that. And one more over here. I seriously think this is a perfect graduation card idea. And I am excited for all those seniors who are graduating this year. I just have a couple of them, and I send them and family and close friends that I'll send cards to. And I like to always give them a gift card, usually to the same place, which either gives them food or gas. So our local store here is called Ralph's, but it is in almost every other state I've ever been in, and it's called a different name. So it's like the local grocery store, and they can get gas with that card, or they can get food when they move into their new place, whatever they need. But I always give them, whatever year they're graduating, I give them $20 and 21 cents because it's 2021. Last year it was 2020 and so on. So each year it gets a penny more for the graduation, which is kind of fun. The cash register, when I ask for it, she always looks at me kind of weird, and then she realizes what I'm doing. All right, so that's all of our DSP right there, which makes it look really awesome. Check that out. Love it. Next, let's go ahead and do our embellishing. Let me show you this part first. Actually, let's glue our globe because that's going to take just a little bit of time to dry. So we'll grab our silicone mat in here, and for this, you don't need adhesive all over it. You just need some nice key points to it. So just put a little bit on and flip it over. I'm using Misty Moonlight and Garden Green to give my earthy tone, which Earth Day is coming up. This would be another fun thing or card to make for Earth Day. Let's go ahead and put a clear block on that to help it sit. And we'll go to our 3x3 is what this one measured at. And it is, I've embossed it with that Old World Paper 3D embossing folder. And I've already torn 3 of my edges. So let me just show you how I finish it. I put one finger on this side and I will just start tearing off. You want to use this thumb as your guide so you're not tearing off too much. And sometimes I can get one whole long strip, and other times it's just little by little. So however you're tearing it, just start pulling. But I love that way that looks now. It's just that teared look instead of a straight edge. Go ahead and add this to our front of our card. And because it is textured, you can either use some liquid glue or even glue dots to help you. Let's go ahead and put some glue dots on our corners for this one. Maybe. There we go. The glue dots are now on a different way than they used to be. So let me take this off so I can use it better. They unroll in a different way. I haven't got used to it yet. There we go. See, that came off way better now. And the last one. Okay. I just want to put this kind of center, but not quite. And at an angle. All right. So I have also this cute little globe stand that was cut out with those dies. And I did it in a gold foil. And I have our Adventure Awaits. And I have embossed that with our white embossing powder on basic black. And then I just fussy cut it out, which looks pretty amazing. And I'm not a fussy cutting pro, so you know it doesn't have to be perfect. Go ahead and add just a little bit of adhesive to the back of this. And then we'll flip it over and put it on our globe. If you notice, the globes have two sides. Has more of the American side and more of the European side. And so it just depends on where you want your adventure to be. I think that looks great though, right there. Lastly, we have just a couple more things to do. I'm using this awesome, I can never say it right. It's like fake suede trim. And this one is awesome. It is part of this suite, but it is staying in the catalog. So if you love it, I'm excited to let you know that you can still be able to get it. Oh, let me show you what I'm doing. I just measure it by looking at it like this. I hold it across. We knew this was 3 inches, so it has to be at least 3 inches. And then I'm going to just trim it there. These, however, are retiring. They're the antique corners and slides elements. And they had corners in them, but I've used them all. And these are also discounted as well. So if you like these, make sure you grab them. I'm just going to slide this through and make a little buckle. Go one end and the other. Kind of gives a fun little extra look to it. Okay. Just like that. And what we're going to do is grab another glue dot and put the glue dot on the back of, let's see if I have any on this one. Let me grab a little bit more. Okay. So here's my glue dot. Here's my buckle. I'm going to put it on the back of the buckle. And that'll help it hold it there. And then just put it on the bottom of our cinnamon cider and press down. Looks awesome. So this is really flappy, but we're not worried because we're going to use our stand to help keep that in place. Let's grab our dimensional. I'm going to put a mini dimensional would work perfect for this one, but that's okay. We're going to just do it like that and put it down here to help hold it down. And then we just need to add dimensionals to this guy, and we'll be done with this fun fold. And I'll show you those awesome ones that I'll be teaching my team tomorrow. Just a quick sneak preview. Just to show you there's so many more fun ideas to make with this set. Okay, so you want to have it tilted just a little bit and go over and not on top. So you don't want it to rest exactly on top. You want it to just be a little bit over there. Awesome. There it is. That turned out really awesome. I love it. If you wanted to, I'm going to leave this one blank. You could stamp that saying inside, because this one's going to go to one lucky person who's commenting today. You could always stamp inside there. Congratulations on this new beginning. All right, let me quickly show you those other cards to give you some more ideas. All right, so I have this one that uses that same embossing folder. It has the 3 globes. It's using that same style. I just changed it to the gold instead of the green. And so it's a lot more die cutting and just that one stamped image right there. Super fun card. And then let's see, I have another fun fold. So I have this one right here. Uses that DSP again on the top and the bottom. Has this gap right here, but I've die cut the inside. You see that? Using the dies from this set to create that extra texture, which is pretty awesome. I love that one. This one is pretty simple, but classy. This one uses the feather. And we have that fun feather right there and our saying. And then I've used that really unique piece that came in here. It doesn't really cut. It's more of an embossing set. And it does what it looks like is coordinates. There we go. For like on a map, which is super fun. All right, the last one that I'm showing them tomorrow is a fun fold. Another one uses a lot of that DSP with the globes on it. And when you open it, it goes like that. Whoop, out of focus. Sorry, you guys. There we go. Super cool, right? I love that one. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had lots of fun learning today's fun fold. And be sure to look for my YouTube videos of our next ones I'll be making tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.